I'm back to do another book review on My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. This is a YA contemporary love novel, and it's basically, like, every booktuber has brought this up, that it has usually in YA love stories, you don't really see the parents, and you don't really get to see the family, or they're right about this novel. It has a lot to do with family dynamics, and it's really interesting. I really love that part about this novel too. But anyway, so it's basically about the Reeds and the Garretts. The Reeds, we have Samantha Reed, Tracy, and Grace. Grace is the mother, who is the senator of the state they live in, which I don't know which state that is. I want to say it's like North Carolina, South Carolina, one of those states on the East Coast. But I'm not exactly sure, I forgot. And basically, so she's the senator, and she has that, like, no personality, rich, snobby, kind of person. And, you know, she's really OCD. She always has to have to vacuum her house before she leaves. If not her, someone has to do it. And, you know, she's all about her career, and her career is the most important thing to her, like, that kind of thing, like, nothing else is important. Anyways, so we go on to Tracy Reed, who is a rebellious daughter, who, you know, is rebellious, does bad stuff, whatever. And then we have Samantha, who is the main character, and she is basically the one that follows a straight, narrow path, and is the goody two-shoes, and blah, 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 which kind of annoyed me in the book a little bit. You know, everyone has different personalities, everyone does, I understand that. But sometimes the goody two-shoes is a little too annoying for me, because it's like, you have to, like, veer off the path a little bit. I'm not saying go do drugs or go drink or, yeah. And then we got the Garretts, who live right next door to the Reeds, who are not as rich, or, you know, they can't afford a lot. They have like 1 million kids, and when I say 1 million, they have like 8, going on 9, because she is pregnant, the mom is. And, I'm gonna say they're the big family that's busy. They have a bunch of toys in the front yard, the backyard's a mess. The dad owns a hardware store, you know, and the older kids have to work and also have to parent the younger kids, kind of family. And yes, it's busy and blah, 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 but I'd rather be part of the Garrett family than the Reeds. They are tight-knit, they are, like, friendly people. They let in Samantha like that. Like, they were so nice, and they have a lot of personality, you know, and they're just good people overall. And Grace Reed has never liked the Garretts from, like, day one of the book. I believe that was, like, the first page was talking about how much Grace Reed doesn't like the Garretts because they leave their toys out in their yard. The mom breastfeeds out front in the porch. They basically Chase and Samantha fall in love, blah, 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 gushy, gushy, gushy. And they have to hide the relationship because, you know, like I said, Grace doesn't like the Garretts. And so, yeah. And Samantha has a best friend, Nan Mason, who has a twin brother, Tim Reed, and they're totally different people. Nan is like kind of like Samantha, the goody two-shoes, follows a straight narrow path, we think. But I'm not saying anything that happens with Nan, because I'm not going to spoil the surprise of this whole novel. That's not the surprise of the whole novel, but there's several surprises. And then there's Tim Mason, her twin brother, who is a drug addict, an alcoholic, and, you know, he's got problems and he got issues. But you know what? I think my favorite part of this whole novel is what happens between Nan and Tim and Samantha and their whole relationships. Oh, and with Chase Garrett as well. They all mesh together and stuff. I love that because some people in the novel may seem one way, but at the end of the novel, they're going to change. And I love that. I love that part of the novel because it's just like, we think some people are so perfect and amazing and like they seem to be above the world and above everyone, but really at the end of the day, they're not sometimes. And this is what this novel shows. And I love that part. I love that part of the book. I'm not just like the romance and the gushiness, because I am a sap for romance and gushiness, but I really, really loved how some of these characters developed and changed and grew or didn't grow, or how they were hiding things, and that part I really, really enjoyed. So yeah, and something big happens with the mom, and which makes you not even like her a whole lot more. Like, it just doesn't. And she has this boyfriend who's an opportunist as well, who is... So I have to say, I really did enjoy, like, all the relationships in this book, the character development in this book. I really, really enjoyed that. Is like the YA writing. It was kind of annoying to me. I don't know, it's kind of simple, kind of cheesy, kind of like... And some of the sentences in this book, I don't know if I was just reading it wrong, but some of the sentences didn't sound grammatically correct. Like, and I don't know if she was doing that purposely because they're kids and whatever, but it was kind of just like I had to read some sentences over and be like, this does not make sense. So I don't know. Maybe I was just... I don't know, but I have to say that's the only part of the book I didn't like, was just the writing. It's a little too teenage for me. But other than that, I really enjoyed this book. I do suggest this to everyone. It's a really, really good book. Just like any other booktuber says, it's amazing. So, but anyways, thank you so much for watching. And I am so sorry how random and like, blah it was. But I'll see you in my next video. Bye! No wonder that they're poor. They have like 1 million kids. If they didn't have 1 million kids, they could probably afford a lot more things.